Hello, folks, and welcome to Fandango Friday. Fandango Friday on the third day of Christmas 2024. Yes, there are 12 days of Christmas. This is day 3. My father always calls it Fandango Friday. I said, no, it's Fandango. And James P. Madonna, give him credit. He came up with that name. He might join us tonight. Who knows? Oh, yeah, I got to add that. No, I did add the chat. I did add the link. Okay, I have the link added. Yeah. Where's my mind? All right, so tonight I have an interesting situation. I had the Castillo Gold in this beautiful glass, and then I had the Winn-Dixie rum here. I still have a little bit left. But I was trying to do a taste challenge. I actually poured one on the top of the other. So I made an accidental cuvee. But I think I'll do that tonight. I'll have a cuvee. It's not such a bad idea. Fandango Friday is kind of laid back. It's not real. I mean, it's structured in the sense that it's liquor and liqueur. So if you show up with soda pop or wine or beer, yeah, you're not going to be part of the group because it would violate the idea of the hangout. Like Wednesday night, we did Pilsner. So common sense, you had to have a Pilsner beer. So this cuvee is gold. It's light gold because both of these rums are very light, very light. I could show you the screen share on it. They're very inexpensive. I'll show you the screen share right now. And if somebody tries to join, just hold on if you're trying to join the hangout because I have to, I can't see what you're doing while I'm doing this. So here's the Bacardi website. Our family of brands. They got, of course, Bacardi, naturally. Everybody would know that. Then there's Banks, which I'm not familiar with, but it's probably some old brand that they bought out, some company. Castillo rum, that's what I got right now. Silver, gold, añejo, and spice. I think there used to be a 151, but that's obviously dropped. There's Facundo, which I'm not familiar with. Neo, Eximo, Exquisito, and Paraiso. But they're not the price I paid for these. Pirot, I've seen Pirot. XO Reserve. No, you're not going to get it for cheap. You are not going to get it for cheap. Single cane estate rums, Worthy Park Estate Jamaica, and Consuelo Estate Dominican Republic. Once again, will not be cheap. Santa Teresa, 1796. This is another company that they bought. Grand Reserva, Claro, Leñaje, 1796. Yeah, you're gonna. These are wax tops. You're gonna pay for these. You're going to pay. Now here's the Winn-Dixie. That's all they tell you about it. It's $12.99 till January 7th for this huge bottle. You have to have your ID to purchase it. Makes sense. You can only buy it in the store. You can't get it curbside or delivery. So, okay, no problem. That's where I bought it, in the store. I think I paid $1 more. Oh, wait, I accidentally, hold on. I killed the screen share on accident. Sorry about that, folks. There it is. Yeah, you're not looking at much. $12.99. It's bottled in Kentucky by Wide World Importers. Hello, Henry. What? Hold on a second. What? Stop lying. What am I lying about? You got a nice flashlight, huh? Oh, okay. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, 6 years old, 5 years old, 5 years old. All right. $12.99 for this big bottle, and it's all right. You know, you're not going to get anything exquisite for that. Oh, here we go. Claude and his antics.
Wow. It's dark where you are.
Well, I know, and I'm about to turn on this lamp.
Hey, Dave, Double D.
What's happening?
You want to see a beautiful salad? I even threw some Fritos on there.
Extra fiber.
Gotta have my fiber.
Okay, I got you blown up. Show it again.
Hair, bro.
Show it again.
Just showed it.
It's got edamame, tomato, carrots, lettuce, cabbage. Just a whole
soybeans.
Soybean. I love edamame. I buy it all the time.
That's not good for a man to eat. It lowers your T.
I'm not painting my fingernails pink and red yet. So I had a guy at the supermarket.
Lower your T. Your prostate will thank you for it.
What do you do when you go to the Safeway and the 22-year-old cashier has purple hair, a master lock nose ring?
I just try to get out of there, Claude. I deal with the same stuff.
Tell me it's me, guys. I can accept judgment here.
No, I can't stand
went to a Trader Joe's.
No, I see
Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is all like that. It's like you can't go in there and be served and given good service unless you're dressed in some.
Oh, they're nice to me. They're nice to me. All right.
The fellow was real nice. I'm being nasty.
Look at you and look at us. Nice. Look at you and look at us. Look at you and look at us.
I just look regular. I got a black T-shirt on. All right, so folks, I'm here in Louisiana. All right, so folks, I'm here in Louisiana. I've got 2 rums. Castillo Gold, introduced in 1914, and it was acquired by the Bacardi company.
Wait, are you rolling over Taste Challenge into this?
I have to because I made a little mistake.
You were rolling over Taste Challenge. You just came off a Taste Challenge.
Just give me a break.
Rolling it over into Fandango Friday.
Give me a break because I made a mistake.
World.
So I got the Winn-Dixie rum.
I didn't plan ahead of time. Claude, this is what I'm talking about pregame. Here it is, right here. You just called it
Fandango. Anything goes, right?
My father asked me today, why do y'all call it Fandango? I said, it's like a party, so don't ruin the party. All right, so
no, it's because you got to have something clever like Taco Tuesday.
So anyway, so what I did was I was doing the taste challenge between Winn-Dixie and Castillo, which was not much of a challenge.
You got long-winded and forgot you had another show to do.
No, it wasn't much of a challenge. Just listen, please listen. It wasn't much of a challenge. But what happened was I poured the Winn-Dixie.
If you're bringing 2 liquors on,
just listen. Please listen. I'm begging you.
I think I'm just going to get out, man. It's not even a show. It's a ridiculous.
So what I did was I poured the Winn-Dixie, and then I was talking about the history of Castillo, and I wasn't paying attention, and I poured the Castillo on top the Winn-Dixie, and I made a cuvee, and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do now? This is a mistake. And then it hit me, and I said, you know what? Instead of wasting it, I could bring it for Fandango Friday. So. Oh, sorry.
Claude, see, this is a fine example of why you don't do dawn busters and then get off of work and have a couple of beers and do a chase challenge and then roll it into Fandango Friday. Because you forget what you're doing.
I didn't do dawn busters this morning. I was at work. All right. Well, anyway, so that's the product.
A little bit in the coffee. Well,
I don't want to waste a nicka. All right. So I'll show the website in a minute. It's not a whole lot to see, honestly.
It's kind of a milk-based thing. I didn't say anything about it being vodka.
Oh, I'm on. Look what Santa Claudia got me for
nice Disaronno.
Nice big bottle too. What is this? It's only 28%, 750 milliliters, 28% alcohol by volume. And this is really, I love this stuff. But boy, unless, I don't know what you paid for it and I don't want to know. But sometimes this is ridiculous, priced at a ridiculous.
We don't get anything like that cheap around here.
No, it's not cheap. No, it's not cheap, Claude.
I don't even know. I don't even know what it goes for. Do you remember?
It's probably about $42 a bottle, I would say.
Yeah.
What's the ABV again?
28% alcohol by volume.
Okay, and that's a really old brand. That's a very old product.
Oh, this is one of the best after dinner drinks. And it makes great cocktails too. You mix this with some orange juice or something, you've got a great cocktail. This is probably my most favorite. If I'm at an open bar somewhere and someone else is paying for it, man, give me a double shot of that on the rocks, you know. I'll enjoy the hell out of it. You get this at a bar, I bet you it's $15-20 a shot or something.
Really?
Oh yeah, what a deal. Now we have Thomas Meadow 75. Eric. Hello, Eric.
Wow, celebrities.
I know. Internet celebrities coming on board now.
Unfortunately, I think he froze up, but he'll be back.
Freeze frame.
He didn't pay his Massachusetts cable bill.
Right.
Was it my turn? Is it my turn?
Double D.
We sure? We sure it's my turn?
You're on the big screen.
I see that.
All right, Grizzly Adams.
Tonight we're looking at Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
Ooh.
This is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in second oak barrels. I don't know what that means. Second oak barrels. Is it their barrels? What does second oak mean?
Well, we'll try to find out.
Is that like you're doing a second line? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. So this is coming in at 45.2% alcohol, 90.4. I don't know how they do that. How do they actually figure out the gravity on that?
I don't know. They got some kind
fancy thick bottle, unlike its younger brother, who used to be really good, who's now watered down in flavor. Yeah. So this has got some signature on it. No Chianti labels. So yeah. So yeah, it's brown, dark brown, amberish. Yeah, dark.
Yeah, I've tried that once at your house, and that stuff is great.
Yep.
Okay, let me look up the websites for Disaronno. Oh, good. Came right up. Disaronno came right up. And then I'm going to look up Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve Double. Oh, good. Came right up. Came right up. Came right up. Came right up. Well, I know it's double oaked. I know. I have.
It's a nice web page.
Just let me set all this up. It won't take but a moment.
Can I talk about my shot glass while you're setting it up?
Sure.
This was also for those who like to take a shot on the go somewhere. You never know when you might need it. Especially you're out in the snow hiking or something like that. Look at this. It's a little bitty mason jar with a lock on it, and it flips
mason
right over.
Or is it ball? Because there's competitors. Is mason or ball?
Oh, that's right. Mason and ball. Hello, Eric. I'm sorry you got knocked off earlier.
It's working now. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. What were you saying, Claude?
I was saying my little shot glass, my little travel shot glass, though. For someone on the go who wants a little shot of their, what's that hot sauce drink you pull out every night, every time?
Oh, it's gone now. Yeah. Southern Comfort Fiery Pepper.
Things you get for Christmas, a travel shot glass.
Nice.
And, is it grand opening time?
Not quite yet because we're going to let Eric tell us what he's got.
Okay, sorry.
Cheerios. I literally just picked this up, I don't know, an hour-ish ago. This is new in distribution to where I live in Massachusetts. This is the Bardstown Bourbon Company, their Origin Series, their Bottled and Bond Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 50% ABV, and it is aged 6 years. Damn.
Good.
Do I look backwards? Yeah, I probably look backwards. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. No.
expensive
You're
as
fine.
it
You're
looks?
fine. You're fine. Because if you're seeing it backwards, that means it's correct for us.
Did they
I think
make
it's good enough.
Heaven Hill?
No, Bardstown is their own bourbon company, separate from Heaven Hill.
I get confused because they're like right next to one another. There's one
Hey,
here,
Cork.
there's there. It's like being in New Orleans and being a Catholic. You can go to church here, you can go to church there, you can go to church there, here. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
kidding you. In a radius of where I live, probably in a 5-mile radius, there are probably 15 different Catholic churches.
Yeah, and it used to be more than that 30 years ago.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna show the website in a little bit, Eric, and
Cool.
get through all of this. We follow the same format as Wildcard Wednesday.
Very good.
So my problem is I had the little cuvee issue where I mistakenly poured one on top of the other, but so I have the Castillo Gold. This is a company that was established. Well, their product was introduced in 1914, and it was in Cantano, Puerto Rico. And I think that Bacardi bought that distillery, and when they fled Cuba, I think they just took over the Castillo distillery and turned it into Bacardi in 1962, and they still run it today because it definitely is owned by Bacardi today. And I'll show you the website, what I mean by that. You're not going to see a whole lot. It's going to be quick, so get ready. So this is Bacardi's family of brands, of course, their mainline product, naturally. And then they got Banks, which I have no familiarity with Banks. I don't know where it's from. Castillo, silver, gold, añejo, and spice. So I've got the gold. And then they've got some other brands. Facundo, which I've never heard of. Pirat, I have heard of Pirat. Single Cane Estate, no, I haven't heard of that. Santa Teresa, I think I've seen it. It's got a wax top bottle. It's probably expensive. All right, so Winn-Dixie, well, Eric, that would mean nothing to you because you don't live in the South. But
No, I've heard of it.
It's
Yeah.
a private brand.
It's a private label bottle at Buffalo Trace.
Got
But
it.
if you go on a Buffalo Trace tour,
It must be great then.
you won't see this. You won't see this on the tour.
No.
$12, $13. That's a bargain.
This is probably bottled at 2:00 in the morning when everybody's at home. But I've been seeing. I saw this stuff when I was 10 years old. I mean, when I was 10 years old, they would have birthday parties and people would go to Winn-Dixie and get all their store brand liquor because it was cheap. But it used to be in glass bottles, not the plastic bottles. But anyway.
Or Schwegmans.
Or Schwegmans had their own private label.
Mom and pop grocery stores. And
although I think Schwegmans, well, I don't know about Schwegmans. I know K&B, Katz and Bestoff, got their liquor from Heaven Hill.
Taka.
Yeah, Heaven Hill. All right, so it's very pale. If there's some glare, but you can see how pale this Winn-Dixie is.
I thought you said you had them mixed in a glass together.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the cuvee. So it's very pale. It's almost clear. So they're not adding any coloring or flavoring. No coloring or flavoring added.
Cuvee. What does that
Here's
mean?
the cuvee where I mixed the Winn-Dixie with the Castillo. The main thing you'll notice about these two rums is that they're very dry. So if you like a lot of sweetness, don't buy them. All you're going to smell and taste in these products.
So, can I ask a question? As you're tasting that, aren't rums supposed to be sweet? I mean, aren't they
They're made from
Made
sugar
from sugar, molasses, sugar cane. So
cane.
isn't
So
sugar
theoretically,
sweet? So why aren't they
theoretically, yes, and they have sweetness.
I mean,
But these two
theoretically?
are
I
more.
had a piece of sugar cane that wasn't sweet.
Okay, just hold it. But they distill it, so it goes through a process. They turn it into like a sugarcane wine. Then they take the wine, the fermented product, and they distill it. So these are made to be very dry. So what you pick up on the nose and the flavor is a lot of oak and a lot of, well, just oak and like a little bit of sweetness. So
Man, that
I
just
think
sounds
it's
like some off the wall bourbon or something.
no, I think it's fine. For the price point,
Come on
I don't
now.
think-
You know they put whatever they want into that bottle just to sell it.
$12.99.
$12.95. Man, we get rid of
That's all right.
all this stuff we don't want.
$12.99. It's from the Caribbean islands. Is it refuse Caribbean rum? Well, let's say it's probably auctioned. They probably go to an auction and they get it, and it's yeah. But the Castillo,
Auctioneers.
yeah, the Castillo is all right. I mean, that's from Bacardi. I mean, Bacardi's not putting out.
What does auction mean? Is that a real thing? Does that really happen? They have auctions.
They actually really do have liquor auctions where they bid on different Scotch whiskeys or rums or bourbons, and they bottle it. And you hey, remember, you and I have talked about that, where these companies will bottle it in Iowa, but it's not from Iowa, but they'll try to make it seem like it is, you know.
They don't really make whiskey in Iowa.
I think it's fine. Hold on, just let me talk. I think the Winn-Dixie's fine. It's not amazing, which you would expect. It would never be amazing for that price point, but it's not bad. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's bad. It's probably like more like a B minus, like let's say an 80 out of 100, 8 out of 10. It's fine, but for the price point, it's almost like a miracle. Now, the Cuvée,
Like a true blue spectacle.
the Cuvée is a little better because the Castillo has a little bit more sweetness, although I would not call it a sweet rum. It's just a relatively more sweet. So which one would I prefer? Well, I would go with the Castillo.
Like William making big old mixtos and bringing more than one.
Right. I would go with the Castillo. It's a little bit higher quality, and I bought this liter bottle at Discount Depot.
Is this taste challenges rolled over? Are we rolling taste challenges over?
All right, just I'm about to turn it over.
It sounds like taste challenges, but you don't really want to. You got a live audience, but we're not allowed to talk about how this other show that was going on before this one has eerily kind of leaked into this one.
It's kind of a
and the director here has thrown out all the rules.
That's never been a rule.
All the rules.
It's a guideline.
All right. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna give them a score later, but it'll be favorable, but not like amazingly favorable. You know what I mean? Like favorable. All right. So Claude,
I suspect there'll be another.
I was just going to ask a quick question. So when you're buying a Winn-Dixie, $12.95, and they're getting their liquor from the auction, they're not an original manufacturer. You're going to get it stands to reason that it's going to be an inconsistent taste every time you get it.
Yeah. Now, and Claude, remember, I'm theorizing that. I don't know that. That's a theory.
Theorizing. Wait a minute. You put all those facts out there, and now you're backpedaling, calling it theorizing.
This is
Theorizing.
like
Really?
If you go back and watch the video earlier, you'll see that I said that it's.
This is like Meet the Press is on the Fox network for beer reviews or something.
Right, but I don't back down. I'm like.
We have landed in rock bottom.
Oh,
Disaronno. No, I'm like.
Shh, Claude.
I don't back down. All right, go ahead.
Wow.
Bottles open. Oh, the almond. It's an almond I believe, like an almond
Liqueur.
derivative here. Original since 1525. This goes back a little bit, huh?
Oh,
Golly.
fancy.
Isn't that amazing? We got our little travel shot glass here. I'm not going to try to.
Yeah.
Testing it out.
May as well
Tailgate.
take a glass. Oh, that's pretty looking.
Yeah, look at that.
That's
Look at that
big
color. Isn't that pretty?
Sure
Oh,
is. Now
yeah.
we're going to go to the website, Claude.
Oh, not the smell is just.
Oh, the smell is tasty.
Mm.
Jay, how come
They have a
we
nice
get
webpage.
resemble this? You're gonna have to write them and say, "Hey, buddy, if you're gonna be selling those auction brands,
All right, we'll get to that. Let Claude do his.
at least a website."
Celebrate a unique. Oh, this is an Italian story. Our uniqueness, our character, our tradition. 1525. Wow. So they've been making this a little after Columbus sailed across the ocean, man.
That's right.
Yeah, they probably stole it.
From who? The Marco Polo or?
Probably from one of the monasteries they acquired and shut down.
A lot of good liquors come from monasteries. Yeah, Dom Perignon, right? Who invented
Christian
that?
brothers.
The world's greatest champagne.
I bet that most of the great
Don
beer.
Perignon. Don Perignon. Hey, Claude? Why are they showing?
Right.
Claude, I have a question. Why are they putting my ex-girlfriend in this commercial? I don't understand.
Oh Lord.
I thought it was Taylor Swift.
Well, I don't like.
They're at a liquor auction. Yeah.
I think so.
No, I don't know.
I think that's what's going on.
That'll be fun.
Let's see if I can open this a little more. Oh,
That, you know what, Jay?
the
what would Nick
Disaronno bottle has a unique design and.
What
I
would
wonder
Nick-
what that cream. I wonder what that cream tastes like. You guys
Oh,
ever have that?
I bet it's good though.
Ooh, does that
Ooh.
look good? Whoa. I bet that's pricey too.
Were they making all these fancy cocktails with the Disaronno back in the 1500s?
Didn't they mix it with orange juice or something at one
Probably.
time?
That
Gross.
sounds good.
I'm thinking of a Harvey Wallbanger, but that was a different liquor.
Harvey Wallbanger.
Yeah. What was the liquor from a Harvey Wallbanger? It was that tall, thin bottle. Remember?
I think it was probably vodka, right?
No. It was a tall, thin bottle of Italian liquor, but it wasn't Disaronno. It was that
Oh, I
other.
think I might have that.
It was a different Italian liquor. Anybody in the chat room know what I'm talking about? Because
Oh,
Harvey Wallbangers were made with this really special Italian liquor, and it had a really beautiful, tall, thin bottle. Is that?
Is it
Yeah. What's it called, Dave?
Galilini liqueur?
Galileo or Galliano.
Galileo. Galliano, that's it.
Okay.
Galliano Figaro.
Show it again.
Give me,
Yeah.
give me a
it was
second.
Galliano. Dave has everything.
Hold,
God, you should.
stand back.
Dave should do tours of his
I'm
house.
pulling it out.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
If you take a tour of his house, you better have a lot of time. It's going to take a long time to show all that.
Nice.
Yep,
Oh, okay,
that's it.
Galliano.
That's it. Yep. That's
Yeah.
has a very unique flavor. I don't even remember.
Oh, and Claude,
It's got a little booklet with it too.
Claude, did you know that there's
It's
a
like
town?
a storybook, and it
Did you know
gives.
that there-
Look, it's got drinks in it.
Ooh.
It's a little recipe of drinks you can make. Italian heather cocktail, a hot spot, a golden dream cocktail, just to name a few.
And
Three
Claude, did you know
faces,
that?
the Galliano screwdriver. One more, and I'll turn it back over to Viking and a Willy Wonka.
All right.
I really want
Your own
Claude,
show.
there's a town in Louisiana called Galliano.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
very French or Italian?
Well, not French, I don't think, but
No.
Galliano, Louisiana. Yep, and they like to give speeding tickets.
Ooh.
Good to
This
know.
bottle is so old, and it has not been opened, but you can see it's evaporated some.
Yeah. All right. Now Claude's going to talk about this website. You can feel free to speak, Claude.
Okay. You want me to read something?
Sure.
It's the world's favorite Italian liqueur featuring an original taste. I'll give them that. There's nothing else on the market that tastes like that. And on unmistakable aroma, Disaronno Originale is a stylish and timeless icon of the Italian dolce vita, the good life. I think that means something like that. Disaronno is a pleasure to enjoy on the rocks, as well as its various mixed drinks. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think just drinking it straight and just don't water it down or anything. It's just a lovely. Oh, I like that glass. It says, look at that. That's a nice glass. There's another one of your girlfriends there, Ron.
Oh no, I don't know that lady. I've seen Disaronno my whole life. So I've never had it, but I've seen it my whole life. You know, it's very popular.
I got a question. Y'all see this?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a neat. They actually the pear has to grow inside the bottle on a tree.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
that is expensive
Wow.
stuff. Is that Italian too?
I don't know.
Boy, does that look good. Oh,
Hey,
Still
Randy.
Clear Creek Distillery in Portland, Oregon. Made in the USA.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a 80 proof. I don't know what this would be. Pear something.
they're talking about the bottle a lot, the design of the bottle.
So yeah, so apparently it was originally called Amaretto di Serrano.
Right.
Amaretto.
I remember that.
Yeah, they changed it.
I remember when it was Aramana.
Amaretto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when did they change it?
It says in 2001 they changed it to Di Serrano to distance itself from
That's
other.
why I didn't
Amaretto.
recognize it, because I remember the old label.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a gun. This is a
Yeah, they
different
used to
bottle.
make those
So what it
drinks.
mean-
All the ladies would have those Aramana sours.
Yeah, so what it means is Amaretto of Serrano. It's an Amaretto from Serrano.
Woo, look at that bottle.
And Claude, doesn't that use some kind of nut, some kind of nuts or something?
I think it's almond, right?
It's almonds. It's an almond. It's an almond, a fermented almond. It kind of almost tastes like a macaroon. If you ever had a macaroon or an almond joy.
We don't even know.
Oh, all right.
Look at that.
Never had a macaroon.
So apparently it was started by a family called the Reina family, Giovanni Reina. And it started probably at a pharmacy, which makes sense because a lot of liquor started at pharmacies.
Well, yeah. Did you see the notation up there? It said a digestive. I think the
Digestive.
British call their cookies sometimes digestives or something.
Yeah, like
Digestive.
those breakfast
They
biscuits.
call them crumpets.
Yeah, digestive cookies, digestive crackers, digestive
Yeah,
crackers.
those crumpets.
I gotta
You
get that creamy Disaronno. That just looks too good. I bet it's $45-50 a bottle.
Probably.
Quick, do some fact search on that. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, that's to buy it on Uber Eats. Yeah, you
went
can get it on
went
Uber
to a
Eats.
bad- It went to a bad website. I didn't want to go to the. Well, the cream liqueur is a new one. That's only been on the market a couple of years, but this is a really old product. I mean, not only did your grandfather drink this, your great grandfather drank this. All right, Claude, we're going to get back to your description. That's going to be pretty exciting because I know this is a famous product that all the good liquor stores sell, you know.
I haven't had this in my bar in a long time, and I think Claudia and I were in someplace. Oh, I think we were in California. She actually hauled this back to Colorado, this is just a great staple to have in your bar. You're having friends over for dinner, and you just want something a nice little to refresh the palate, something sweet after dinner. This will be a big hit on the table. for anybody. So, and the color is just beautiful. The smell, you could just, you know, you
Right.
got a good liquor. Just
Well,
smell
wait. We're going to come back to the description. We're going to
Okay.
come back. Now, David has his double
What are
oak.
we doing descriptions now?
Would you-
What's the point of going back and forth, back and forth?
It's his party. You can
I mean,
cry.
I
for
already poured it. I already talked about it.
Here's the website.
What? So we're gonna talk about it again, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna do descriptions.
Well, we haven't looked at the Woodford Reserve website.
Okay. Did you find it?
Oh wait, I got to do the screen share. I forgot to hit the screen share. All right.
Guess that's what happens when you roll one show into another one and forget.
Right.
All right, tonight, kids, we're looking at double oaked from Woodford Reserve. It says it's an innovative approach to twice barrel bourbon. Creates a rich and colorful flavor of Woodford Reserve double oaked, uniquely matured in separate charred old barrels. The second barrel, deeply toasted for a light charred, extra additional soft, sweet oak character. Okay, I challenge you on this description. I've had Woodford Reserve. This is coming through on a sweet note, almost like a candied note. So I don't know what this second barrel is that they're not really describing. Like, what does that mean? So
They said the second barrel is deeply toasted
I read that already. Thank you for interrupting.
before a light charring. Okay.
You want to do this review? So it's sweet. There's almost like a candy note going on with it. A bit of a praline. No nut. Yeah, I'm just getting like this sugar finish on it, almost like a rumness to it. Want to go ahead and taste it?
Salud.
Cheers.
Deeply charred. No, wait a minute. Deeply charred but lightly toasted. Wait a minute. How does that work?
That
Deeply
is
toasted before a light charred.
Oh,
That's
it's like an oxymoron, you know. It's this.
Yeah.
Or it's that. We're supposed to bring light toast and burnt toast together and say, hey, here it is.
Toasting, I think, is just the act of warming up that barrel instead before it gets charred.
Okay.
If I'm familiar with that. Yeah,
So I wonder if they're using their own barrels once again.
I would believe so.
You know, we're going to go ahead and make this regular Woodford, and then we're going to take the barrel and dry it out and then toast it and then try to extrude something from it. I don't know.
That's the little finishing they do with the secondary oak.
So it run you about $53 a bottle.
Yeah, it's coming through. You can get the oakiness is there. It's just, I mean, I can get the same oakiness from Wild Turkey 101. This isn't the highest proof like 101. This is 90.4. But it's got a sweet character to it. It's almost like they made a liqueur mixed into it. It's kind of strange to me. It's not really like whiskey per se, but it's like whiskey liqueur.
Uh-oh.
You had it before. It doesn't taste like it used to taste.
I only had it once.
It's
so
real
I'll have to.
sweet. It's like sugar, like almost like I said, almost like rum.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I was
I
describing.
only had it once. So.
You had a whole bottle of stuff. What do you mean you only had it once?
No, I only had it once. I tried it one time at your house.
You had
I never.
bottles.
No.
I mean, you get warmness from it. You get the alcohol. You get wood. But it's almost like regular Woodford Reserve with a sugary liqueur mixed into it.
Man. All right, I'm going to show the website.
Cool. Another bourbon. I haven't had this brand because it just came in. I think in the middle of 2024 or towards the fall, we got Bardstown Bourbon Company, which I think they do a lot of, or they at least do some amount of contract distilling for other brands. So this is this is the weeded one. Okay, that's what I thought it bought. Yeah, they list on the side of the bottle, on one of the sides of the bottle here, on the opposite side from where the barcode is, they tell you the mash bill is a 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley at an age of 6 years. And their description, or at least what they're writing here, says on the bottle, a new blend of bourbon makers, Bardstown Bourbon Company, quote unquote, is the most sophisticated distillery in the country, unquote, honoring tradition while pushing the boundaries through innovation, all with a focus on transparency, putting the science and craft front and center for all to see. Okay. So bottled and bond, not going too far into that, but 1873 act in this country. It's got to be at least 4 years old to be a bottled and bond, 50 proof or 50% ABV, 100 proof, distilled in one distillation seasoning and in a government bonded warehouse.
That's right. And 2 seasons.
Yes, there's only 2 distillation seasons. So I always find with a wheated product, meaning the second highest concentration in the mash bill is that wheat, I always tend to get a baked bread kind of a note. I'm getting that here. I'm getting a nice cherry note. I get that a lot in bourbons, especially Heaven Hill products, but this is Bardstown. I'm getting some cinnamon and baking spice. Vanillas are pretty prominent in here. I thought I might be getting a little bit of a chocolatey note. I could be, yeah. Not quite cherry cordial. It's not that cherry sweet forward, but it's leaning set in that direction. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the obviously the initial pouring, and that is nice and soft for 100 proof. That is pretty good. I definitely get not yeast, but I guess it's the baking bread, that kind of doughy note. Cinnamon, a lot of wood tannin and the wood barrel notes to that one. Somewhere between a little bit of char and some nice toastier elements to it. It's not overly charred, in other words. It's not super smoky or ashy or anything like that. There might be some orchard fruits in there mixed with the cherry, like a green apple. It's fairly dry for what it is. I'm getting left with a lot of like the cinnamon spiced notes at the end of the finish. It's got a nice, let's see about the mouthfeel real quickly. It's a little bit oily. I don't know if it's necessarily creamy, but it's borderline in that direction. I would say it's got a medium mouthfeel. And it's got really nice, for 100 proof, I don't know if you're going to see it, it's got really nice legs there. So not the sweetest, most intensely in that department with sweet vanillas and all those kind of sweet tooth kind of flavors that sometimes you get at bourbons. I would say this one's more on the dry, tannic, more woodier element with the baked bread and some spice notes. So if that's what you like, with still that same kind of a softer palate that you do get with wheated products. Wheat does give a nice softness to the bourbon and whiskeys typically. I would say this is definitely one to try. This was $49.99, and there's.
I think he likes it.
back to the mouthfeel quickly. There's initially a little bit of a, maybe it's because it's the first whiskey of the day. There's a little bit of a alcohol punch, not very much. Beginning of the palate, the middle of the palate, and the end of the sip, you don't really get it as much. You do feel what they say is that Kentucky hug of the ABV going down, and it does warm me up, but only for just a minuscule moment do you get a little bit of the alcohol, an alcohol bite, or like a warming in the beginning of the palate. But nice stuff for 100 proof. That's very easy to drink. Yeah, very good.
And he says that $49.99.
$49.99.
That sounds about.
They got a nice
about right. Yeah.
Nice big bot. What is that? A 750?
750. Yeah. They got a nice tree on the
that in our
back.
area. Except it comes in a like almost like a tan manila label, and I don't know if it's the weeded one or not, but it's running the cheapest one we can find in our area is like $60.
Yeah, we get that.
Ooh.
It's kind of high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, if anybody doesn't know, they do a lot of blending of some other people's products, and they put it to, and they source some bourbons and they put them together. This one and is in a series called their Origin series. So that's the distillate that Bardstown Bourbon Company has produced themselves without any of the blending with any other distilleries.
They got the Origin, and then they got some that are sourced.
Yes, yes, correct.
Thomas, would it be safe to say that you would probably not get this particular bourbon ever again, just because it's so bring other folks' whiskeys in?
You know, so far so good. So far, I would say I'd like to try some other stuff before I buy this one again, but I don't see why I wouldn't buy this again. Yeah, this is pretty good. So
well, that wasn't the question. The question was, would it be safe to say, because they bring other whiskeys in and they source things in and they blend things, that you probably would not get this same taste in whiskey ever again?
Oh, okay. So with this Origin series, they don't do that, but with their other stuff, you have to be very careful about what they're going to be pretty good on the side of the bottle. Luckily, they're very transparent. They'll tell you where it's. They'll tell you at least by state and mash bill where it's coming from and what age it is. So you'll be if you know what you like and something sounds interesting, you'll hopefully have a good chance of liking it. And unless you're going to go in blindly, which is fun to do. Yeah.
Man, you know what? It sounds like they're doing what Winn-Dixie does.
All right, so now, well, sourcing is not a obscure practice. It's pretty common. So
harder to blend almost than it is to distill it and try to put it out yourself sometimes.
So I got the WD rum, WD Liquors rum, Winn-Dixie rum from Sazerac, Buffalo Trace, actually. And it appears that Sazerac has always been their contractor going back to the 1950s. There's no coloring added, no flavoring added. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. It's just telling you what it is. The Castillo, like I said, was an old company that Bacardi bought. I don't know when they bought it. I never could track that down, but I know the Castillo started in 1914. It's made at the Bacardi distillery in Puerto Rico, which may have originally been the Castillo distillery, because if you know, Bacardi started in Cuba, but they had to escape. They had to escape Cuba in 1962, and they moved all their operations to Puerto Rico. So they might have taken over the Castillo distillery and just turned it into Bacardi. But anyway, I like both of them.
Do you remember the amount of whiskeys or rums that you poured in to make your mixto?
It was pretty much even. It was basically 50-50, yeah. But I can remember what these taste like from multiple tastings. So I would say that the Castillo probably runs about a 85, like a B. So we'll say Castillo's about an 8.5 out of 10. It's good. Nothing to get excited about.
So they both earn the same score.
Yeah, and I would say that the WD is probably more like an 8 out of 10. Basically good, but not exciting in any way, but dry. But yeah, it's fine. Would you bring it to a graduation party or a wedding? I hope not. I hope you have better judgment.
Wanted one of those fancy crystal balls.
Yeah, I would hope that you'd have better sense than that.
Right.
Now you could bring it to watching a football game, bunch of football games on a Saturday when you know people are going to try to hog your liquor. Yeah, that would be good for something like that. But as a gift, unless you have a really bad sense of humor, I wouldn't. But this one, yeah, it's the same thing. I wouldn't. They're both budget brands, but they're all right. They're all right. The Cuvée, how does it work out? I haven't tasted it yet since I made my mistake.
I mean, cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
It tastes fine. And like I said, it tastes like oak and light molasses. Oak and light molasses. So it's very low profile. But that would appeal to many people. So I don't take issue with it. And then as far as what's coming up, moving on, we're going to go to tequila coming up. And
All
I'm
right.
closing out Winn-Dixie. I promise you, I'm closing out Winn-Dixie. I got the last Winn-Dixie product. I got Winn-Dixie Silver Tequila. They're up front. They tell you who makes it. It's a family-owned company. Doesn't mean it's good. But and then I'll be moving on to Mezcal. And there is no Winn-Dixie Mezcal. In fact, they don't even sell Mezcal at that store. And Walmart stopped selling mezcal too. They got rid of They got rid of all the mezcal.
I wonder why.
All right,
Why? Doesn't sell?
probably wasn't selling. They had
Just wanna sell
Sombra.
what sells.
Walmart had
They find that
Sombra.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Walmart had
Sell
Sombra,
what sells.
and it was $38 a bottle, and they closed it out for $15.
That's an awesome deal.
They just got rid of it. And Mathern's does not sell mezcal. Walmart does not. Winn-Dixie does not. So mezcal is basically not available where I live in my town.
That's sad because it was in 2023 and 4 a pretty growing market at one point.
Oh, I'm talking about my town. My town is kind of like in the background.
They don't follow trends, no.
No, they drink Bud Light.
Gotcha.
My town drinks Bud Light and basically nothing else. So that's next Wednesday. Oh, this Sunday we have Super Sunday. Anything you want to bring, you can bring iced tea, chocolate milk, whatever, doesn't matter, cocoa. Next Wednesday is Joker's Wild Wednesday, not to impinge on Wild Card Wednesday, but just a little first of the month thing. And then we'll just move on to another Fandango Friday, and that's all I got to say about it. And then what the hell?
Oh, here we go, Dave.
Here it is. Tamarico.
I tasted that. It's good.
Yeah, it's from Illinois. It's from Chicago, Illinois. But it's pretty. David is right. It's pretty good. And that company sent this to me. I never heard of this. They sent me an email and they were like, "If we send you this product, would you like to drink it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Anyway.
Hey, you, Mr. Reviewer, we're gonna send you some alcohol. Would you drink it?
No.
First
right.
off, you say thank you, and then
Of
you
course.
say nothing negative about it.
Well, no, I'm not a hustler yet. Okay.
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
You remember when we had the infected bourbon counties? What did this one do? He
Uh-oh.
sent it back, and he got a T-shirt too. I got me a T-shirt and a new bottle.
I got a refund and a T-shirt. Right. I got my money back and a T-shirt. Okay. Claude, you have the floor.
Okay, just gonna have a straight old shot here of good old Disaronno.
Chug, 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 chug,
Oh,
chug.
it's too good. It's too good to chug. Just the smell. I mean, when you get a liquor and you just enjoy the smell, the almonds and the sweetness coming off it. I mean, that tells you you're in for something special. To your health, gentlemen. Happy New Year.
You too, Claude.
Cheers.
I'm still reading the book, Claude.
It's the last Fandango Friday of the year.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's also the last Friday
Of the year.
fried food.
Did you ever get a liquor that it's so good you don't want to swallow it?
No.
You just want to keep rolling it around in your. Well, this is it.
Oh.
I mean, it's the almonds, it's the sweetness, it's smooth. A little bit. I mean, the alcohol's pretty low in it, but 28%. And you can see how people would drink way too much of this if they don't have a little self-control, because the sweetness just makes it. It's chocolate ice cream, all you can eat.
Yeah, but it would turn your stomach if you drank too much of it.
Yeah, but what a way to go. It's a perfect liqueur. If you said the word liqueur, this is the stuff you're talking about. It's and you guys know I was pretty nasty to that Pilsner beer the other night.
Oh yeah, I kept thinking about that all during the week. I was like, Claude was really going after that thing.
You have to try now.
You know what I see? You know what I see this stuff being paired with? Bananas Foster.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Or over ice cream, or just sipping it. Or I could see this over ice, and just a nice after dinner, just enjoying it. I mean, you would want more than one of these. I'll tell you that. It's a perfect liqueur. It's nothing's overpowering. It's not too sweet. It's not too almondy. It has a great mouthfeel. You want to score, Ron?
Sure.
I always judge things by the price I pay, the availability, and most importantly, would I ever buy it again? And this gets a 98%. Yeah, that's how good it is.
Ooh.
A little pricey. I'd give it 100 if it was cheaper.
And what is the regular bottle cost normally?
I don't know. I'm going to guess that depending what part, this is at least close to 40 plus bucks.
And what's your score again? I'm sorry.
I'm going to give it a 98.
98. That's what I thought you said, John. 9.8 out of 10.
I need a haircut.
Me too.
I'm going to cut my hair next Tuesday.
You cut your own hair?
Yeah.
Yes, since the scamdemic. Ever since the scamdemic.
Do you tip the barber?
Nothing
tip
says
back
own
it,
haircut
the
like a
barber.
bowl cut.
Do you do that before or after the Tamarino?
Ooh.
I think Forrest Gump used to give himself his own haircut.
Y'all can pick on me if y'all want, but
Run, Forrest, run!
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Just remember that.
you could if you were a sick maniac.
No, good stuff. And this is gonna go down very slowly.
I've never had it, but I'd like to try it. And I had some amaretto, but I had an inexpensive amaretto from Buffalo Trace, and it was like nice, but it's very cheap.
I've had amarettos from the cheap. There's very cheap brands out there, and they're ersatz. They're very artificial tasting. You can taste the caramel and the coloring, and it's not the same thing.
I think you're right. I think you're right, because the ones
I'm not trying to be a snob here, but it's not some things are worth the money you pay for.
Yeah.
Like wild turkey,
Buffalo Trace.
Oil.
Claude, I'm about to show you something that might either make you happy or make you very angry.
You're going to show me some. You're going to show it to me. If in Louisiana you can get it for $8 a bottle, right?
probably.
No, I didn't say that. But here we go.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Is that a local store?
Yep, Total Wine and More. It's in Metairie, Louisiana. They got it in stock right now. They close in about 2.5 hours, and they got it for $28.99.
What's your gasoline in Louisiana? How much is your gas right now?
$2.59.
$2.59.
Wow.
I'm going back on Monday to the Soviet Socialist state of Southern California, and I'm going to be paying $5.29 a gallon again.
Oh, y'all.
Yo.
32. 232.
God.
230. You better, Claude, when you get back to California, you better go kiss Gavin Newsom on the mouth.
No, thank you. You guys have cheap. You guys have great food, cheap liquor, and beautiful women. It's the perfect place, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
beautiful women.
This is brought to you by the Chamber of Commerce from Baton Rouge.
98 out of 100. Now look, Claude, Total Wine's giving it the same score you gave it, a 98 out of 100.
Wow.
It's as close to a perfect product. You get what you expect. It's totally enjoyable.
It's for $28.99. It's worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm the sucker who paid, what was it, for those 4 cans of beer that I hated, that Pilsner.
Oh, that was a tragedy.
What did I say? I paid $15 for it.
Yeah, and you dumped it down the drain.
16, $17.99, something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
giving
it was
it goes to,
$15.99. Yeah.
yeah, it goes to the UPS driver. Here, Happy New Year. Have a couple beers for the road. I give away beers, especially the ones I don't like. I give them away because maybe somebody else will enjoy it. Maybe it's
You give these
know,
away.
All this stuff is so subjective when you really think about it.
But will you give this away?
No, I love Miller or Dale's.
Yeah, Dale.
Beer. There
All
you
right,
go.
now Claude, any promos or show and tell?
I'll be performing the hits of the Fifth Dimension at the Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Parlor in Tabernacle, Colorado this weekend. No, I have no promotions. I'm going to be driving 1,106 miles this weekend.
Sounds fun.
Sounds like you're just going to be living in a car this weekend.
Yeah. Miller High Life is a great beer. It's inexpensive. It's got a unique flavor. It's just icy cold out of the freezer. It's delicious.
And
I am on the fence between the Miller High Life Classic, because it has not changed, and the new PBR. To me, the PBR coming out is better than the older PBR.
You know what?
Hold on. Do not interrupt me. I was in the middle of explaining why, and you got to go, That's only because I never did care for that Chardonnay taste that PBR had. And so now it's absent, and it tastes, to me, much better.
Okay.
Carry on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. I didn't put your thing in the banners. Let me add this in the banner. What is it called again? I apologize.
We got Bardstown, bottled in bond.
I apologize. I really do apologize. I didn't mean any.
I didn't even notice that myself, too.
Dave, would you consider Miller Coors equal to Miller High Life? It's a different taste, but it's a quality beer for the price.
Coors Banquet?
Yeah.
No.
It's. Would you like to answer for me, Jay?
No.
I cannot answer my own sentences because somebody else has to answer them for me. So we're looking at two different beers, two different flavors that you get off, two different feels, but both classified in the same classification of adjunct lagers. I like both of them.
That was my point. They're just good. They're just good quality beers.
You get Miller like $1, maybe $1.50. For some reason, I remember you can get Coors really cheap. And all of a sudden, they decided to say, hey, this, because Coors Banquet went into like the budget range for a while. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, no. That's going to go up to Coors Light price.
The premium range.
Yep. It's premium now again.
Does someone want to explain to me why Coors Light usually costs $1 to $2 more a 6-pack than regular Coors Banquet? Why would a light beer, which is more watery, cost more? I don't get the logic.
They got to pay for all that ad campaign and marketing they put into it, probably.
Right.
Is it because Coors Light's only made in Boulder, Colorado?
Golden, Colorado. Yeah, that might be. That could be part of it. I
think Coors Light's only made in Colorado, and
it's a good light beer. We had a review on it, Ron, a couple of weeks ago, right? Light beer night or something.
Yeah, I think David has it backwards. I think Coors Banquet is only made in Golden, and I think Coors Light is made across the United States. But
okay, my mistake.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Maybe they're buying beer from other companies and adding water to it.
all right, so
Unter.
they're saying Bardstown Bourbon Origin Series Bottle and Bond in my town is $47.99, except that it's out of stock. So
Whoa. All right.
Is that in your town or my town?
your town.
Okay. Go to Mandeville and see if they have it. Oh, it's also out of stock. It's only in stock in Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Man, I tell you what, we'll probably go on the West Bank somewhere and find that.
That's not bad, $47.99. Yeah, go out to unnamed store, which we won't name.
Oh yeah, where I found it. $20. 20 bucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
$19.99.
19.99.
That's a good deal right there. Woo.
And that's
Party
good.
like it's
That's good
19.99
sipping
on the
whiskey.
Buffalo. If
That
you're
is
going to
good sipping
ride that fuzzy Buffalo.
Can't find it.
All right, now how about we get a score on Woodford Reserve Double Oaked?
Okay, Woodford Reserve Double Oak to me tastes different than Woodford Reserve. There's a candy aspect about this, which I'm finding to be a little off. I mean, because, if you have Woodford Reserve and it tastes a certain way, and you get Double Oak, you think, oh, it's going to just taste like Woodford Reserve with more oak in it, a stronger presence of bourbon. Negative. This is coming through kind of a candy taste. I've let it air out a little bit, and it still has that candy note to it. The taste is kind of evened out a little bit. It's warm. Maybe just need to open up some. It felt like it's like it opened up some. Maybe this is one of those ones where you need to put a little water in. Let me check on that.
I definitely find over the course of reviewing a spirit that as it sits in that glass, there's definitely some changes that do happen over time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with it.
Couple of drops, maybe a couple of drops more to this. So at this point, we're probably looking at maybe only about an ounce of liquor. That's maybe about an ounce.
Maybe an ounce.
But it's a pretty wide glass, so I'm sure it's an ounce. So it's opened up some. The candy aspect has kind of gone down. The description I said earlier of praline is still slightly there. I don't know, guys. I mean, the extra money for this versus the other Woodford Reserve, and Woodford Reserve has changed. It was so great almost 20 years ago. Everybody was drinking it. Well, I went through Katrina. Everybody was like, "Oh, Woodford Reserve." We get it for $20 all over the place. It was really good. Everyone loved it. Then it changed, and this was supposed to be the comeback. Comeback of Woodford Reserve, the Double Oak. It doesn't taste like original Woodford Reserve.
So you're thinking that Woodford Reserve Double Oak has changed?
I'm saying it's not as good as Woodford Reserve I drank 20 years ago. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as good as that one.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Ain't nothing to uh-oh. It is.
No, just saying if they
It's a
find
good whiskey.
if they find your body back behind the dumpsters, I'll know what
20 years ago, I would have given regular Woodford an A+. Today, Double Oak, I'm going to give it a 88 because first off, it's
That's
a little
good.
pricey. The candy note's still there. You get the heat. I mean, you're going to get anything at 90, you're going to get heat. This is better.
That's good stuff.
I mean,
That's not too much lower. Total Wine and Distiller gives it a 92. So you're 4 points lower than Total Wine and Distiller. They're giving Double Oak a 92. So you're saying 88.8.
88.
We can do like a little side by side. Oh wait,
Cube.
one after the other.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. You're bringing in a taste challenge.
Oh no, you changed the rules tonight. So.
Hey, challengers come in.
I wish
Yeah,
somebody here was drinking
this
a
one's
bottle of
got
Evan
more of
Williams.
an antidote to it.
Oh, Evan Williams.
This
Oh
was
yeah.
I
True
wish
Blue.
somebody had a bottle of Evan Williams, which
Man, the 7. Oh, Claude, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? In our area, I went into a so-called discount mart.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it? It's gonna
It's
hurt.
gonna hurt, all right. It's gonna hurt. Evan Williams, 17. Is it 82?
83.
1783. A 750 milliliter bottle. Guess how much they wanted for it?
Oh God,
$1.
they're probably paying you to take. If it's in Louisiana, they're probably giving you $5 to take the bottle, right?
$27.99. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Holy cow! What is
people
No,
that?"
that's expensive.
They must be crazy. They must be crazy.
They must have thought this was 1783. Was it 1792?
1983. Whoa.
Yeah, they had it at Walmart.
Was that other whiskey? You know, it was 7. Because these people.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
They had it at Walmart. They had it at Walmart yesterday for $22.99.
So what's going on?
What?
Is everyone discovering?
$22.99. I know you can
Well,
still get that.
No.
Still get it for $14.95.
Oh
is
no!
Is everyone
$15 to $17 bottle.
Is everyone discovering that Evan Williams is probably one of the best value bourbons?
I
out
agree
there?
with that.
I'll tell you
I
what's
agree with
happening
that.
is these people that run these little convenient stores around here are watching this program.
I hope not.
Oh, yes, they are, my friend.
All right, now, Mr. Double D, what do you have any promos? You have any promos or
Mr. Double D.
show and tell?
What are you talking about?
Do you have any
Double D.
promos or show and tell?
Oh, got Claude's knockoff beer. Let's see. Do I have anything to show? Since you mentioned it, I don't think so. I think I've shown
What do you pay for Miller High Life? I'm just curious.
About $22 a 30-pack.
Wow.
for the pints.
For the 30-pack,
gave-
about $22.
I like those bottles, the original bottle, the 12-ounce
For the
bottle.
pints or
I
for the
usually on
30?
sale once in a
Because
while.
somebody
I
always
find
goes
it for
to 30.
$8.99.
Yeah, wait. So for the quart,
Quart, you can if you
It's
run it down,
16.
you can get it for $5.99.
Wow.
If you run it down.
oh,
If
you
you
talking about for
stop in a local convenience store, it's $6.99.
for the 6-pack. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's still
for
good.
quarts. Like I have this. Claude, have you ever seen this one?
Oh yeah, Centenario.
Yeah.
That's the most popular tequila.
In
Mexico, right?
The Año.
Yeah.
Añejo,
That's
that
the,
stuff is
that's
good.
the Añejo. That's the best. That's aged 1 year.
Is it
That's the
good?
good stuff.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah, the Añejo.
Yeah, we did a duo review of the Joven, the Young.
Centenario is very popular in Tijuana. Very
Why is it so
popular.
popular?
Because it's a damn good tequila.
Okay.
It's a really good tequila.
All right, now
Just like
All kinds of
yeah.
serial numbers and all that on it. I found this for $19.95.
That's a nice deal. Just like anything else, I mean, I like my fair share of tequila, and I watch a lot of tequila reviewers. And there's been some of them that say the same thing, like you're talking about with Woodford Reserve. Like, this thing has changed; it's not as good as it used to be. So opinions will vary. I've heard about the Grand Centenario, but I'd be curious to try that. $20? Hell yeah. The Bardstown Origin Series. Bottled in bond. I normally put together some tasting notes and put together an actual score. But if I had to guess with numbers and stuff, if I had to guess what the score would be, I may round up a little bit here. I would probably be around, I would think, an 85 out of 100. That's what I'll give it today. It is for me at least. Yeah, and I'll stick with that thought. So it is for me at least. It's not on the really sweet side of the bourbons, even though it is 68% corn. That's still a lot of corn. I find that this one's got more savory notes, more of the wood tannin and spice elements, and some pepper notes that do come out of this, and a lot of the pepper spice and some cinnamon notes are coming out throughout the finish. Now, as it sits in the glass, I do notice a little bit more sweeter elements. Almost there is 12% malted barley, so maybe I'm getting a slight influence of some malt, like some chocolatey malty notes, a little bit in this one, but not overly crazy. It's not cloyingly sweet or anything like that. It's got a nice, almost creamy. It's an oily mouthfeel for $50. Bottled in bond, 6 years. Not bad when you're looking for a little bit of a proofier bourbon and you don't want it something super sweet. So
Okay.
I would say it's still 2 thumbs up, and yeah, give it a try if you are interested. I gave it a try because it's a new brand in my area, and I've been looking to try them. So yeah, 2 thumbs up.
What's the number again?
85. Let's go with 85.
Okay. All right.
Thomas, now, since you did your review on your whiskey, and I think all those, and my gosh,
Yeah.
a heck of a review, might I add. That was a whole lot of tasting notes that I don't normally get on whiskeys. But as mine kind of subsided a little bit, I started getting some of the cinnamon on this one too, which is kind of unusual. I was like, where do I get this from? From Fireball? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of strange that this would be like just kind of pushed out there as being, I mean, you think double oak, you all of a sudden you see that word and you're like, oh, well, it's double of what it used to be. I would have liked it if they had just done like, I don't know, extra oak or something like that rather than double oak, because double oak just implies that it's going to be twice as better. I think this is distinctively different, and it's good whiskey in its own right, but it's definitely not double of the original.
Well, the double oaking definitely it requires 2 different things that change that flavor. However much charring is going on in that secondary barrel, and however long they're going to finish it in that secondary barrel. Because in the United States, you're not allowed to age a bourbon in anything that's been used. So all we can do is just have another finishing for a couple of months, and that's the most unique portion that we have. So in order to make it really unique, you have to pick the right charring levels or the right kind of a barrel that you want that was previously used for another spirit or wine, and find the right amount of time to age that, or not to age, but just to finish it, to give it the kind of profile you want. So maybe if they charred it heavier, maybe you would get a stronger caramel or a chocolatier note or something like that.
Yeah, it was like really indifferent. Oh, I got one. If I could sneak in another show and tell, I just got this. It's a Chianti.
Ooh.
I picked it up.
Nice.
This is a 750 milliliter bottle.
Love Chianti.
What's fava beans?
Pardon?
Chianti and fava beans? No.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I found this at a local discount place, and I looked up the price on this online, and this is running for like 53 on sale, and I paid $5 for this.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to throw it out there. You can't go wrong when you look at Italian whiskeys or Italian liqueurs, wines. I mean, those are always good. It's like beers. You can't go wrong when you look at a German, Australian type beers. So, you just can't go wrong with those styles. I mean, they're rock solid. So if you see something at a discount rate, like I got that really great, tequila from Mexico. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So I mean,
No.
if you want to taste these things, you might as well go on a budget price. You see it, pick it up. If it sucks,
And that
not out of a whole
Centenario
lot of money.
is a
I mean,
real. That Centenario is just good for either sipping, neatly, or on the
It's
ice,
not-
or it makes a great margarita.
Now,
Oh,
Eric,
that.
Eric,
Okay.
Eric, tell me,
Yeah.
I'm confused, because I don't understand how the Bardstown Distilling Company, are they really independent? Or are they under somebody's umbrella? Because look
That I don't know.
because here's their facility. Does that look
Yeah.
like an independent? Does that look like an independent company?
Looks like a company that made money.
That looks like I don't know, something
They
from the
do-
60s.
They do so. One of the things that they do is they do a lot of, even before they started putting out their Origin series, is they do a lot of contract distilling for so many other brands too. That's almost like with Green River, and that's a major portion of what they do, is the work they do with other brands as well.
Right, and I'm not saying they're not independent because they might have been started by
That I don't know. I've never even thought about that, honestly.
Yeah, because they could have been started by somebody's millionaire son. Here's their fermentation area, and here's
They
their
say they're the most sophisticated distillery in the country, according to their bottle. Oh boy!
yeah. Look at those tanks with all the
Wow.
grist. So this is obviously not a little
Small.
thrown together company. This is a
No,
big-
you can't really buy even a smaller distillery and start it up for. I mean, like hundreds of thousands, going into the millions, just to get into this kind of an industry like this. It's not cheap.
right. So they obviously somebody's got some big money behind this
You
company.
have to, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you could not have this kind of quality level with like a
Yeah.
shoestring budget. No way.
No, and here's the problem is that when you want to start your own brand, you need somebody like a Bardstown, or you need somebody like a Green River to help
Right.
you, or MGP to help you bring in some of their distillate. You can do your blending or whatever it is, bottle those things while you're trying to get your distillate out there. Because once you start making your own distillate and doing that and then aging it, you're tied up for years without making money off of that yet. So you
Right.
need places like that to help you out.
It's got to age, right?
Yeah.
So here's the Grand
Ooh.
Centenario website. By the
Nice.
way. Yeah, I would like to do I'd like to do a video on that one day.
Their bottles are beautiful too, by the way.
Not super expensive at all. No.
For the value, Centenario is sometimes Costco. I've seen it in California. They have it on sale at an awesome price. You love when you see a really high end product, $10-$20 cheaper.
Oh yeah.
And they said the company goes back to 1857. So
There's a lot of puffery in marketing, as we both all know. So.
yeah, I know.
Puffery?
I know, but
Puffery?
Puffery. It's a legal term. Means like a used car salesman. They overstate.
It means
Oh,
They
Doesn't
overstate the.
doesn't it?
exaggerate.
They exaggerate.
You know
Yes,
what?
thank you.
The only American president I ever saw in my life that can overstate anything and come back and say, I just want to say to all the American people out there.
I'm going to promise you now,
I
no
did
new
not
taxes.
lie.
No new
I
taxes.
misspoke.
Remember how Bush got into trouble with that?
We're
yeah,
not talking about
it pretty much wrecked his career. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will
but
not
anyway,
pardon. And I will not pardon my son.
Ooh, whoa, yeah, he did that.
bro.
Jerry,
Ah.
Jerry.
That is like such Let's
Maybe
do
it's-
something.
Anyway, folks, I will not cancel Super Sunday. No, but
This is what I'm wondering on a serious side. Okay, how much longer are the American people going to put up with all that?
With
How
what?
much longer?
I don't know, David. I don't know, but anyway, we're gonna,
Speak the truth. Be the truth. Live the
thanks
truth.
thanks for joining everybody, and we had a lot of interesting. We had a lot of
The
interesting.
truth will set you free.
This is where Roy Rogers. This is where Roy Rogers and Dale Levin says, "Trails to you, my friend."
Right, so we had an interesting rum, liqueur, bourbon, another interesting
Wait a
bourbon.
minute. Where's Jean-Pierre at?
Right,
Georgia.
where is Jean-Pierre? Hey, where are you, Jean-Pierre?
Where are you at,
Hello?
Jean-Pierre? Jean-Pierre, where are you at?
What have you discovered in your life that makes you not want to join this?
I saw him on a milk cart. I
Hey,
saw him on a
Governor.
milk carton somewhere.
Jean-Pierre
All right,
has
anyway,
forgotten all
well,
about
y'all
his
take-
friends.
Y'all take
Defending
care,
yourself.
and
So I'm
we'll
finished
get
up
out of here.
tonight with a KBS
Trails to
Oh.
you.
Yeah. Chocolate
Espresso.
espresso.
chocolate espresso.
That's not a beer. That's a milkshake.
So do we know if there's any caffeine in this?
Probably.
A little bit. All right.
man.
Well, y'all take care, and see y'all
Good
Sunday
one.
for Super Sunday with your coffee, tea,
Chocolate
and
milk.
other non-alcoholic beverages. All right.
Maybe
Thank
maybe
you, Ron.
Jean-Pierre will be
Dave.
joining us.
I'm out.
David.
All right. Bye. I'll probably bring
Happy
it up.
New Year, guys.
All right.
See
Bye,
you,
Claude.
Claude. Happy New Year.
I'm still reading the second book, Claude.
Claude
Put it in the bathroom. You'll read.